Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and how nice it is to see all of you. As you can see, and Claire's very kindly told us, we've got 4 ponies in here today, 2 section Ds, which are the 2 at the far end. The front one is a liver chestnut stallion. He's 6 years old, and the one behind is the black, and I think he's, what, 8? Shout. 7, okay. Then we've got a Connemara, who's the grey pony, who's 10, and the section C, that's 8, yes? 7, another 7-year-old. So not particularly old ponies. The mountain and moorland classes are now becoming very, very popular because most of these horses have the most fabulous temperaments. They're very, very good for children. And also, especially things like the section Ds, they're big enough that adults can ride them. I have to say I have a very big failing for the section D, as my first pony was a section D. But as you can see, they're all very calm. They haven't had much work today. They've all come in here and they've sort of shrugged their shoulders and said, yep, we can deal with this. Just circle away, Hannah. Don't get too close to the one in front. Now, the whole thing, what we're going to try and do today is, go across so you put him in a big space. Go over there. Perfect example. Okay, you want your pony to be seen by the judge on its own. You put it up the back side of another one, it spoils his paces. So you go down there, put yourself in a big space. It's a very common fault, especially with children, that they get a little bit transfixed onto the one in front. If you put your horse into a small space, you're not going to show it to the best of its capabilities, and you're not going to give the judge, the whole point is as the judge sees your horse, it's the only thing that catches their eye. A very long time ago when I first started showing horses, I was always told to try and walk to win. Walk is the most important pace because it's the first pace the judge sees the horse in. So therefore, you're going to make your first impression. And I have to say, as a judge, if something comes in and wows me in the walk, I'm going to keep an eye on that for the rest of the class. 9 times out of 10, it goes into trot, and it can't trot to save its life. But, it started with the right impression. Okay, ladies, if you could all just trot on, please. Now, what I'm looking for as a judge is a nice, active, forward-going trot. Now, with the mountain and moorlands, they have their own idiosyncrasies, or types, I should say, which would probably be a better word. Your Welsh section Ds should have quite a lot of knee action and really travel over the ground with quite a lot of power. The C is very similar, but to a lesser degree. The Connemara is a much more general purpose pony. It should have a slightly flatter pace. As a lot of you probably know, that they're crossed quite often with thoroughbreds to produce really good riding ponies, eventing ponies, jumping ponies. And they should have a much flatter step. Now, just watching these going round, I would like to see a little bit more activity from our stallion. The black pony's now going, that's better. Now don't go too fast, plenty of energy so that you get the flight and the cadence to the pace. Section C, same thing. You want a bigger step, but not speed. So slow your rise down and let them throw you up. Quite often you will see people, when they're in the ring, they're going up and down like a lunatic, and it detracts from the picture. You have to create the energy with your leg, and I always say, allow the horse to throw you up in the trot so that you are rising as high as they throw you, and then you hopefully won't look like you're sitting on a sewing machine. Now the Connie, again, I would like to see that a little bit slower. Just slow your rise half a notch. So keep him going forward. That's better. So he hasn't got a hugely extravagant trot, but by having him going too fast, it accentuates that. So if you ride slightly slower, it makes the flight of the foot look slightly better. Okay, when you're ready, ladies, if you can take them up another pace to the canter. Canter is not a natural pace for most mountain and moorland ponies, especially the Cs and Ds. Connies do, but if you think of the job that they originally did, they were sort of ponies of burden. So your Highland ponies were used, strangely enough, in the Highlands to carry stags down from the mountain and carry supplies. Your section Cs and Ds were used as riding ponies, driving ponies, and again, your Connemaras were riding ponies. Okay, now, what I would like next, ladies, if we could go back into canter. is a change of rein. Now this season, this has been my bête noire. If we could start from the bottom corner, where the Your Horse sign is, if you can change the rein, Hannah, and everybody follow on. That the changes of rein, everybody goes into trot. They trot half a circuit and then change the rein. You're meant to be changing the rein. Okay, on the liver chestnut, please. Change the rein. Now, to me, a proper change of the rein in the show ring, you canter across the corner, out of the corner, across the diagonal, Connemara, perfect. Canter, you don't need to wait all the way. Go on. Ooh, whoa, pile up. Okay, don't worry about it, just ignore it and ride forward. Don't try and make him go into the corner. Somebody go past. Just tuck him in. If you get an incident like that in the ring, don't try and make him face it there and then. Just get going again so that you don't draw attention to yourself. Okay, just stay in trot for a sec. So if you have a problem and your horse is spooking, now in the ring is not the time to sort it out. And the last thing you want to do is get the judge's attention on the fact that you're having a problem. Right, just ignore it. Keep riding forward and ignore whatever the problem. Don't try and push him to it particularly. There we go, straight past. Well done. So you want to ignore the problem. Don't make an issue of it. And quite often, as the gentleman who gave a demonstration before us said, the Australian gentleman, don't make an issue of things. Don't look for things to frighten the horses, because invariably, if you look at something and think, oh, he's going to spook at that, you tensen up, and then you get a problem. You might just want to come back to walk for a sec. He's got his tongue over the bit.